Hey everyone, so I just got done with this amazing makeup look. It involves high-end products, low-end products, but generally this is what I do try to achieve every day when I have the time to actually sit down and do my makeup. It might be a bit much for some. For me, it's just right. So if you are interested in learning how to achieve this look, keep watching. Okay, so for today's look, I am actually going to be showing you some of the products that I use for my everyday kind of have a bunch of stuff to do running around look. I do have some time before I have to pick up my son for his doctor's appointment. So I am going to do a little bit more of an in-depth look. I'm going to try to, make it as quick as possible. Some of these products are my tried and trues. Some products I alternate from the seasons because my skin is always doing something different. Like right now I have a little bit of a blemish right here. I definitely have some discoloration and I struggle with dark circles. So I am excited to show you guys. So I'm just going to hop right on in. And I actually am going to start with my eyeshadow. So when I start with my eyeshadow, I usually lay down a base. And so for my base, I'm going to be using a concealer and then a matte powder. You can use a eyeshadow primer, which I have done before, and when I do, I use something I like to use and I'm running out of it and I have to replace it, is the Instant Age Rewind Multi-Use Concealer. This is by Maybelline. I really like this stuff. I bought the wrong color. This is the eraser, so it's like really, really light, and it's actually meant to just erase some of the mistakes that you might make along the way of doing your makeup. I'm just going to put it all over my lid, really dramatic like. See how pretty I look right now? Super sexy. And if I walk out like this, I'm done. I'm making a statement if I walk out like this. Okay. Now I'm going to take my damp beauty blender and very lightly pat my eyes. Alright. So that's my eyeshadow base. Just some good old Maybelline Erase Concealer. That's what I use. Now I'm going to take, this is my Morphe Jaclyn Hill JH30 brush. This is a very fluffy domed brush. It's good for overall color. And what I'm going to do for my base, my eyeshadow base, I'm actually going to take some MAC powder. This is the Light Plus powder. So this is obviously a higher end product. And I'm going to swirl my brush in it. And tap, tap. And then I'm going to just sweep that all over my lid. You'll see there's a tinge of like a peachy tan color to it. And I'm just going to sweep back and forth, and also going in little circular motions out, blowing it out. Going to go back into that powder for the other eye. Tap, tap, sweep back and forth, little circular motions, back and forth, and you'll see that I'm kind of also going upwards towards my eyebrow bone, not completely, but at least a little bit, just to make it nice and even. Okay, so that's what I'll use as my eyeshadow base. And again, so now that I've done that, pretty easy peasy for the eyeshadow base. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to proceed with my eyeshadow look. So for today, I am going to use a couple different things. I don't know why, but I was recently watching a makeup tutorial on YouTube and somebody was using the Too Faced Chocolate Bar palette. This is an old school palette, I feel like. You don't see or hear too much of it anymore. They have all these new palettes like the white chocolate palette, the gingerbread palette, the sweet chocolate palette, whatever. This is one of my favorites and it has gotten some love, as you can see. So I'm gonna go with this palette today. I have a couple MAC shadows that I usually wear, but I think today I'm gonna do this. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go back in with that fluffy brush that I used to lay down my my base, and I'm gonna go into this color here. I don't know if you can see that. It's kind of like that really pretty peachy color, peachy brown color. And then remember, this brush is good for that all over thing. So this is just gonna go kind of everywhere. I'm not trying to focus it just specifically in the crease, I'm trying to get it kind of a little bit all over. Windshield wiper motions, back and forth, back and forth. And then little circular motions. Once I've really laid down the color, little circular motions and just blowing it out at the ends there. Do you see that? Gonna go back with that color, a couple swishes of the brush. Tap, tap, tap. And again, that windshield wiper motion, not really concentrating it too much on the crease, trying to bring it a little up towards the eyebrow bone. And then once I've gotten my color laid down, I'm just gonna take those little circular motions and again, kind of blow it out there. I have a scar on this part of my eye from a long time ago, and I feel like I have the hardest time getting pigment to lay down there. So, hi Carly. Hi. The baby's here. She says hi. Carly says hi. She's joining mommy for her makeup tutorial. This is another JH32 brush from Morphe. Now that I have laid down that good matte color, I want to go with a little bit of shimmer. And I'm kind of between the two as I'm looking at this. So I kind of want to go in with the color right here, which is right below this color. And it's definitely more of a shimmer. But I also like this color here. But I also like that color there. So I can't decide. Decisions. I'm gonna go in with this one. This one doesn't look as touched as this one. So I wonder where that is. I wonder if I like that. I like that one. It's been a while since I've used this palette. But anyway, I'm going to take this one. This is a slightly more tapered, fluffy brush. And it is going to be a little bit better when you want to concentrate on the crease of your eye. So like with the big fluffy brush that I just had, I kind of just did like all over, laid down some color. And now I'm going to start really focusing on certain areas of the eye and where I want to lay down my color. So, and I'm going to go in really light-handed into the crease, very light-handed. And you take a dark color and you go into the crease. You don't want to go in like hard-handed into the eye and potentially just wreck the whole vibe. You want to start off with a really light hand, feathery motions back and forth, again with that windshield wiper motion. I'm not completely like taking it out like I did with the other color. I really want to add some dimension to my crease. So I'm gonna go back in, tap it off, and again, focusing on that crease. And then a little bit of circular motions. So it just adds a little bit of depth. You can clearly see the difference between this eye and this eye. This eye is a little more one-dimensional. This one is clearly starting to get some dimension to it. And I personally think Too Faced does a really good palette. I did my eyebrows off camera because that can be a really tedious process. So if anybody wants to see my ridiculously long eyebrow tutorial, I can do that. I'm going to take that big fluffy brush that I had in the beginning, and I'm just going to even out any harsh lines between this color and the brow bone. I'm going to go in with another Jaclyn Hill brush. It is the JH33. 33 is my lucky number. P.S. And I'm going to now go in with a darker color, and I'm going to focus it ever so lightly on this outer corner. I'm going to take this matte color on the end here, which looks like it's had some love. And I'm really going to tap that off. And I'm just going to stay focused right there on that outer corner. Right on the outer corner, ever so lightly. Ever so lightly. Just little circular motions. I have a very large eyelid space, so therefore my eyelids are capable of taking a lot of product. That doesn't mean that that's your journey. That doesn't mean that's what you have to do. You don't have to pack on like a crap ton of product just because your eyes are capable of handling it. I also do have pretty significant folds in my eye, so sometimes if I'm not like holding my eyebrows at a peak or holding my eye taut, you know, my eyelids tend to fall forward a little bit. So when doing this process, I personally have to hold my eyebrows up kind of like I'm surprised. And little circular motions in that outer corner. And you can just tap a little bit there. Do you see that? You can clearly see the slightest difference between this outer corner and that outer corner. Gonna go back in with that MAC color. Tap, 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 tap. And again, just focusing on that outer corner. Okay, I know you see that. And going in with the JH41, I'm pretty much using all of the Jaclyn Hill brushes from her brush collection. They are just really amazing brushes, and for somebody who I, really look up to as far as like skill and knowledge. I have tons of other brushes here. I have MAC brushes, I have other Morphe brushes, but the Jaclyn Hill collection is amazing. So if you're looking for a new set of brushes, go buy you some at Morphe.com. I actually did a video when I bought them, and I think it was a live video I did on Facebook showcasing the brushes that I got. And I'm gonna take this goldish bronze color, and I'm gonna lay that on the flats of my lid. I'm going to be using my setting spray to get the brush a little wet, picking up some of that gold color. Now I'm going to take my setting spray, and I'm going to mist my brush. This is the Milani Make It Dewy. Milani for me is like one of those ultimate awesome like drugstore products that you can't go wrong with. The foundation I'm going to be using today is going to be Milani, and it's such an amazing brand for drugstore. You can't go wrong with it. Now I'm going to take that damp brush. Oh, damn! I know you see that. Look at that pigment, girl. I'm not doing a cut crease, but I am going to pat that onto my eye, and then I am going to pull my eye a little taut and back and forth, moving that color around. I'm not recreating my crease. I'm just taking it there, right? Oh my God. Oh my God. So, going back into that color. This is so fun. Now going back in with that Make It Dewy setting spray. Shake it off. Shake it off. Oh, don't want to, copyrights. You know what I'm saying? Okay. Ah! Ah! I just love it when things work out. Girlfriend. When it works, it works. Again, not recreating a crease, just going right up to my natural crease. Oh my gosh, it is so pretty. Okay, I'm gonna go back in with that same brush that we used for the outer corner, and I'm just going to blow out those harsh lines that we might have accumulated during our orgasmic gold experience. I'm going to take that fluffy brush again that I used at the very beginning, and I'm just going to marry all of it together, just sweeping back and forth, just so lightly to blur out any harsh lines. Now I'm going to go with my eyeliner. I do not use an eyeliner pencil, and I very rarely use liquid eyeliner unless I absolutely have to. So what I use is I actually use a MAC eyeshadow, and this is just in brown. It's in mahogany. It's this one. And I literally spray a pointed liner brush. I'm going to go into the eyeshadow. This has been my way of doing eyeshadow forever, and I love it. So we're going to pull our eye taut. And we're just gonna line that eye. Now I'm going to highlight my brow bone. Take that same brush that I did the gold. I'm just going to use a very soft gilded like white-ish color from MAC. I don't have the name of it. What's the name of it? Maybe I do. Floof. I do have the name. It's Floof from MAC. And I'm going to highlight that brow bone. Watch the magic happen. Oh! I know you see that. A little bit of highlight goes a long way. Girl, let me tell you what. And going on the other side. Oh my goodness, so pretty. So pretty. And I just take my fingers and just blend that in. That is the eyeshadow look. I'm gonna do my mascara off camera and then I'll be right back. Okay, so eyelashes are done. I use a combination of Better Than Sex mascara from Too Faced, which is one of my tried and true, and then I also mix it with a little bit of Laura Geller Lash Boss Max. Now that we have done the eyelashes, looking cute, we're gonna now move on to the face. For primer, I'm going to be using the No Problem Primer Smooth and Pore Covering Top Secret for Perfect Makeup. I don't know how to pronounce this brand. It's like Touche and Sol. If I read it like I read it, it's Touch and Sol. Which I know isn't correct. Anyway, it comes with a little partner that's really cute. The reason why I'm using this is because it came with an unbelievable sale of this plus this for like $19, and this alone is like $19. So the cool thing about this is it is a priming eraser, and it's really good for erasing redness. So I put it like where I have this blemish. You might see less of it now. And then, you know, a little bit of, there's a little discoloration here, a little discoloration here, a little bit on my chin, and then a little bit between my eyebrows. It comes with this little like spongy side. I push that sponge into where I just laid down the product. I mean, I love the idea. I can't say that it is like the most amazing primer that I've ever used. But it's cute and can't pass up a good bargain. Now I'm going to go ahead and put about 2 pumps in my hand and press. I'm going to just put my hair back for some of this. I feel like my hair is just getting in the way. And now I'm gonna go in with my favorite drugstore foundation. This is the Milani Conceal and Perfect 2-in-1 Foundation and Concealer. I'm in the color 00AA Ivory. This is honestly such an amazing product. I swear to God, like when it came time for me to buy more foundation, I actually found myself going to Ulta, and instead of like going to the side where the higher end foundations are, I actually went to the like drugstore side and purchased this multiple times. I'm finding myself constantly going back to it. I have really become very attached to this product. I am very surprised at the coverage, how it oxidizes and kind of dries down. It really is very comparable to some of those higher end products. I am so impressed with this. This is what I went back to when it was time to go purchase foundation. I'm going to take 1-2 pumps. This is the like super huge, it's like the size of my fist. It's from Real Techniques. It's a good sponge. I mean, look at that coverage. Look at that coverage. Now, I am a full coverage queen. For me, like if I'm spending as much money as I spend on makeup, I want to look like I'm wearing makeup. I'm not by any means one of those roll out of bed natural looking girls. I like a full face of makeup. This is really, really thick, as you can see. So I have a smaller forehead space. I don't really exactly have a 4-head. My husband says I have a 3-head. So I need to use my smaller Beauty Blender. This is the Beauty Blender from Beauty Blender. I'm going to go in with a concealer that I honestly just started using, and I'll tell you why I was attracted to it, because, you know, Shape Tape is one of my tried and true concealers, and there's not another concealer out there on the market like it. They're just really... I am going to go in with... I'll put that there. Bye. I'm going to go in with the CoverGirl True Blend Undercover Concealer. This is in the color L100 Fair Porcelain. So this has a very fun doe foot. It is very large, which again is why I was attracted to it. I was like, oh, maybe it's like Shape Tape. It's not. You have to be careful with this because it is very thick, and too much of it will leave you very cakey. So you'll see like people using their concealer like I often do, especially with the Shape Tape. You draw like a big triangle and fill. But with this stuff you have to be really careful, and I will literally just do, because if you do too much it's just gonna cake and it's gonna crease. So you have to work quick with this because it is a very thick product, so it dries down very quickly and it can leave just some unflattering... Taking it a little bit down the edge of the nose. You can leave some unflattering lines. Looking up, going into the corner, inner corner, and just patting all the way out to the outer corner, and then kind of going in little circular motions to really blend it in, because I don't like that super like harsh line from the outer corner to the temple. So again, inner corner, tap, 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 looking up, tapping, 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 get to the outer, and then just little circular motions. I need Botox on my forehead. I really do. Okay, so I'm gonna bake. So here we go with a higher end product. This is the Fenty Beauty Pro Filter Powder in Lavender. That's what it looks like. It's one of my favorite powders for baking. This is not something I would use all over my face, not by any means. It's a very fine milled powder, but it is also very drying. So for me, I can put this powder under my eye where it's not going to dry out my under eye, as opposed to, you know, putting it all over my face. It's going to make my face just look too white and too dry. If you look at my Facebook pictures, I actually used this all over my daughter's face and my son's face when they went as Harley Quinn and the Joker for Halloween. Literally, this is all I used. Their whole face looked like it was painted white. So you have to be very careful with how you use this product. I am going to put this under my eye like this. I know, super scary. And I'm really just gonna let it bake underneath that eye. I know it looks super scary right now. So now I'm gonna go in and set my whole face while my under eye is baking. This is the Maybelline Fit Me Loose Finishing Powder. Oh my God, you guys. This is an amazing, 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 amazing product. It gives you the most lovely finish. It does leave you a little flat like right after you apply it, but once it oxidizes and you do the rest of your makeup, it really does start to pop and come alive. This makes my skin look so amazing. I'm going to just start really concentrating the powder on my jawline. That's where I really start applying my powder, is my jawline. Oh my God, it's so beautiful. Loading it on there again and starting by my chin. I always start by my chin. If you do it by your chin, you can pull that product down, which is something you need to do anyway to really blend out your makeup so it doesn't look like you have a different face from your neck. I don't know if you can see that natural, like, healthy coverage it gives you. It's like, it looks healthy. It looks healthy. We like a healthy girl. starting to come together, looking a lot better than we did when we first started this video. We were looking rough, girl. We were looking rough in the beginning of this video. I recently, well, not too recently, because as you see, I've used up a lot of the highlighter side of it, but I did pick up the Celebutante Bronzer from Morphe, and I'm going to be using a big fluffy brush, and it is the JH02, and I'm going to run my brush in there, and this is where we're going to get some of that bronze. This is a very red tone bronzer, so for some people it's like, why are you wearing that bronzer? Because it seems too dark for me, but I like a heavy bronze. Once I blend it out and I do my highlight and I do my contour, you'll see that this actually is not that intense of a bronzer for me. But again, keeping in mind, I like a full face of makeup, girl. And again, this is stuff that I do. You don't have to do it this way. You know, like I'll show you on the other side. Some people just like, and that's enough for them. And that's a good story. I mean, that's cute. But I like a bolder journey. And I have like really awesome cheekbones. I've always loved my cheekbones. I think I have a really nice face structure. You know, my mother's side is Russian. So I think that's where I get a lot of my like high cheekbones and a lot of my natural contour on my face. And I like to show that shit, girl. Show that shit, girl. We're honing in on the finished product here, ladies. So now I'm going underneath the chin, really chiseling out that jawline, filling in the chin. So you have to understand that underneath your chin is like a giant triangle, right? So for us ladies who might have a little bit more of a, you know, something right there, like if you contour in a giant triangle and then you fill it in, it really helps with some of that chiseled look. And again, I bring it just behind my ears and down my neck. And I don't want to look like I don't have the same skin on my neck that I do on my face. So now I'm going to remove that bake. I'm going to remove the top excess, and then I'm going to really stipple in the rest. And this is a large dome fluffy brush, JH07. And I'm really going to sweep away again that top layer of stuff. And then I'm going to lightly stipple in the rest. I have baggies under my under eye. I tried to pretend like they're not there, but they're there. They're there. They're there. Or I'm going to bake on my jawline. This is not something you have to do. It's something I enjoy doing because I think it just makes everything look so much cleaner. Finishes off the look, I feel like. Nothing heavy or ridiculous. Just, you know, something to really... My lips are so dry. I should have started off this video by putting something on my lips. But makeup like... Ah! That's dry skin on my neck? Ah! Now I'm going to take a flat square brush and I'm just going to soften some of that. Soften some of that. Now I'm going to highlight my face in the voice from Moira from Schitt's Creek. Okay, so I'm going to be using the Morphe highlighter palette. This has also gotten a lot of love. I have a bunch of different highlighters. You know, I have the Champagne Pop highlighter, I have the Resi highlighter, but I'm going to use this one today. And I can't get this shirt to stay the way that I intended it. Hot mess. Okay, now, like, do you see that? Look how freaking beautiful that is. Stop! Right now. I use more. I tap it off, and then I edit it to make you think that I'm being, you know, light with it. And really I'm going in there like it's so freaking pretty. It's so pretty. I'm just gonna, you know, just nonchalantly glow my face out. Glow it out, bitches. Glow it out. Oh my god. It's stinking pretty. While my bake is still baking, I'm going to take some of that lit. So right now I'm using Spark and Lit, which seems perfect. And I'm going to just go over it just a little bit. And just add that for some. Oh! Oh! Stop it. I'm going to tap that big fluffy brush that I used on my eyes. And I'm going to just go down the sides of my nose. I'm going to dip it in my bronzer. I should have said I'm dipping it in my bronzer. And I'm literally just warming up the nose. I'm not doing like an intense contour, although everybody watching this right now is like, girl, you said this was going to be like an easy, like everyday look. Well, it is. And normally this doesn't take me that long, but like I'm explaining it all for you. Bake down the sides of my nose. Bakey, bakey. To clean things up and really give your nose that like super snatched look. Like super snatched look. It's going to be snatched. All right. Now I'm going to go in with my JH03 Kabuki Dome brush. So I'm going to be going in with the Luminoso 05 blush from Milani. It is a beautiful baked blush. I really do love the color, and I'm gonna take, some people will take like a fluffy brush for their blush, or they'll take like an angled blush brush, you know, which I, as you can see, I have done. But I like to take this and run it in there and then pat it on my cheeks. But let me tell you something about blush. When you think that you have applied enough blush, apply a little more, because blush is actually going to be the first thing that wears off of your face. Think about it. You're talking, you're smiling, you're touching. Blush is the first thing that's going to go bye-bye. So if you don't want a completely flat ass look, you think you're done, put a little bit more on, and you'll thank me later. Okay. I'm going to wipe away that bake. Let me look at that. It just cleans it up. It just cleans it up some. That's where this shit gets exciting, girl. Okay? Okay. Now I'm going to wipe off the bake on my nose, and I'm going to just wipe it off. Wipe it off, wipe it off, wipe it off, wipe it off. See? Now wipe it off. Now again for highlight. I'm going to go in with Spark and Lit. Tap. Like, hello. Way to come to life, nose. Way to bring something to the table. Do my bottom lashes. Now, this brush is shaped like a crescent, but then boom, you flip it over and it's shaped like a dome. So that's when you're gonna go back under there, and just at the root of the lashes, you're gonna do that, and it's gonna give them like a beautiful little lift. Love it. Ha! I'm going to take my damp Beauty Blender sponge, and I'm just going to pat some of that setting spray into the skin so that it really sets my shit in place. Okay guys, so this is the final look. I don't have any lipstick to put on, so you're going to have to forgive me while you deal with my ghost lips. I should have thought about that, or I should have at least had something glossy to put on my face, but I don't. Anyway, this is the final look. This is something that I would do as like an everyday thing. You can also wear it out to dinner, which is something I would do like if I do my makeup like this and, you know, for the start of the day. This is a good mixture of high-end products, drugstore products, and I really like it. So thank you for watching. I know it was like a super long video, but I had a lot of fun. And as I'm learning to do this and edit this and make these more, you know, fun and glamorous and things like that, I hope that you watch the rest of my videos. Okay, bye guys.